I was watching a TED Talk YouTube video today, and there were two comments underneath this video, and they were very profound and very fitting for today's topic. We are on day number 30 of Dry January, and this is episode number 30 of the Going Alcohol Free podcast. I'm really glad that you're here. We are basically done with this series as of tomorrow. So thank you for being here, whether you are new or returning, whether you've done Dry January or not. Thanks for being here. Here are these two comments that I have to share with you. Good habits are hard to form, but easy to live with. Bad habits are easy to form, but hard to live with. And I want us to apply this to our drinking in this case. And here's what the other commenter said. Easy choices, hard life. Hard choices, easy life. I had to share these with you because it does go along so well with today's topic, which is when we can change our perception about our drinking, our life will change. And I'm hoping that your perception about your drinking has changed over this month. Have you seen and felt all of the benefits that you got from Dry January? I know that many of you have received benefit. I've got two questions that I always ask myself when I have a decision that I want to make, and that it really helps me very clearly see the answer. So let me share those questions with you. So let's take our drinking, for example. What is the worst that could happen if you continue down this path that you are currently on with your drinking? What's the worst that could happen? And then I like to ask myself, what's the best thing that could happen? So what's the worst that could happen? What's the best thing that could happen? And in this case, if we stay doing what we're doing, like what we've been doing during Dry January, if you cut back on your drinking or if you decide not to drink anymore, what's the worst that could happen? There's not a lot of downside, right? Maybe you lose some friends. Maybe those friends aren't supportive. I mean, those are some of the things that I'm thinking. I'm sure maybe you can think of some others. But what's the best thing that could happen? And the best thing that could happen, the best things that could happen might be your relationships improve, your health continues to improve, your hair, your skin, your nails, your productivity, your mental health, your stress decreases. All those things could be the best thing that happens, the best things that happen if you continue on this path. Now let's look at the other scenario, which is, what if you decide to go back to your old way of drinking? If you are thinking about going back to drinking again, which is totally okay, there's nothing wrong with that. But let's look at it with what's the worst things that could happen and what's the best things that could happen. And the worst things that could happen could be that you go back to doing and being the same way that you used to be, waking up with shame or regret, or doing the things that, being obnoxious or doing the things that you don't like to do when you drink too much. Maybe your health is impacted, your relationships are impacted, you spend more money than you want to, those types of things. And what's the best thing that could happen, or what are the best things that could happen if you go down, if you decide to drink the way that you used to drink before Dry January? The best things that could happen? I don't know. I'm sure there are some, but I can't think of anything. So I like to use these two questions to help me whenever I'm facing a decision. And it really lets my mind go to both places. And I can see, like almost as an observer, what each decision will bring to my life for me. And that's why I wanted to share these two simple questions that you can ask yourself as you are deciding how you want to go about with your drinking after Dry January is over. What's the worst that could happen if I make this decision? What's the best thing or things that could happen if I make this decision? Very simple, but very profound. And if you haven't already watched or listened to episodes number 23, 24, and 25, which are going to give you a very good exit strategy out of dry January, please go do those. I'll link them down below in the description and in the show notes on the podcast. I appreciate you all being here, and I cannot wait to be here with you all tomorrow for day 31 of dry January. We're going to have so much fun. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Shine bright. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.